I'll give everyone another minute or so before we get started. And we are also live streaming on the Cleveland Heights, University Heights Public Library website, rather their Facebook. So just gonna wait another minute, see if we have anyone else join the Zoom. Otherwise, they can join in on the Facebook page. All right, I am going to get us started. So we will begin on our backs. And for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time, my name is Kelly and I'm teaching this weekly yoga class for the library Fridays at noon. It's gentle, it's open to anybody who would like to try, and you don't need any special equipment to do this. So think of it as your midday break on Friday, probably when you really need it. Today we will do some movement and then we'll end with a little bit of a meditation to just sort of relax, close our eyes, get comfortable, and to really let go of what's going on in our lives and reconnect with ourselves. So we'll begin on our backs. Roll your shoulders underneath you so that your chest is nice and open. Arms can come out long beside your body, and you can keep your knees bent, or you can take them long, whatever feels good in your body. Go ahead and close your eyes, and just begin to tune into your breath. Notice whether it's fast or slow, whether it's smooth or choppy. Notice the temperature of your breath as it brushes against the back of your palate, and then as it exits your nose. Feel all the parts of your breath. So on your next inhale, notice that your belly expands, that your rib cage expands, that maybe you feel your back press against the floor a bit, and then your chest expands. And then when you exhale, the opposite happens. So your chest will deflate, your rib cage will deflate, your belly will deflate, and your back will soften. Just notice how awesomely huge the lungs are here. And as you're tuning into your breath, begin scanning your body for any tension that's not serving you. So check in with your toes, make sure you're not gripping. Let your fingers and your hands be nice and loose and relaxed. Soften the space between your eyebrows. Unclench your jaw. Maybe wiggle it side to side. Throughout the practice, scan your body and just notice places that you start to pick up tension, or maybe you're already aware of places that you just hold a lot of that stress. And we'll work to see if we can consciously release it today. And that could be as simple as just noticing it and relaxing it. So if your toes get grippy, just notice that and then let it go. If you start to grind your teeth, notice it and let it go. It's nothing bad or wrong if it happens, but noticing it allows you to then release that. And throughout the practice, if something doesn't feel good, if it hurts, don't do it. And you could always, always, always take modifications. This should be gentle enough for anybody, but if you need a little extra support at any time, take it. This is about feeling good. So we'll take 2 more rounds of breath here. And at the bottom of your last exhale, if your knees aren't already bent, go ahead and bend them. And then hug your right knee into your chest. You can clasp the back of your thigh or on top of your knee, doesn't really matter. Just give yourself a hug. And then go ahead and rock that knee in small circles. We're rubbing the top of our thigh bone into our hip socket. Just creating a little fluidity here. And then switch directions. Notice any places that might click or any places that might catch. It's normal. Go ahead and come back to center, hug that knee in again. And then go ahead and release. We'll do the other side, hug your left knee in. Give it a squeeze. And then start to make circles with that left knee. Switch directions. And then come back to stillness. Clasp your hands again, either under or over your knee, and hug that knee in one more time. Then go ahead and release. Come back to just bent knees and pause here for a moment. When you're ready, roll to your most comfortable side. And then gently press yourself up into a seated position. Legs can be crossed or long, doesn't matter. Just make sure that your hips are nice and supported on the earth. So you want to be as stable as you can be. And we're going to start with some shoulder rolls. So inhale, bring your shoulders up toward your ears. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, back and down. And we'll do the opposite now. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, forward and down. One more time. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, forward and down. Reach your arms up. Get nice and tall in your side body. Exhale, fold forward. So your hands don't have to go too far here. You don't have to go deep. And then let your head and your neck be heavy. Go of any tension there. Feel free to shake your head no, nod it yes. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, walk your hands back in. And then reach your arms up overhead again. This time your right hand comes outside your right hip. Left arm reaches up, and then you're going to lean over to the right. Keep that left hip down on the mat. But you have some options with your right hand. You can keep it right where it is. You could walk it out if you want to go a bit deeper, or you could just bend that elbow and go a bit deeper. Feel the stretch on the left side of your body. And keep that smooth, steady breath going. One more inhale here. Exhale, back up to center. Inhale one more time at center. Exhale, left hand outside left hip. Right arm reaches up, and then go ahead and lean over to the left. Keep that right hip on the mat, but feel free to play with that left arm and left elbow if you would like a little bit more depth in your stretch. Take one more inhale. Exhale, back up to center. Again, get tall here. Then you're going to bring that right hand either next to you or behind you again. Left arm reaches up, and then bring it to the outside of your right knee. So we're coming into a twist. Your torso will be spinning toward the right. Again, you don't have to go far here. And twisting is really about lifting. So you want to be nice and tall. And if that means you don't twist very far, that's okay. It's better you stay tall than to slump and go nice and deep. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring your arms back up, get tall on the side body again. Exhale, we'll do the other side. So your left hand is next to you or behind you, right hand on top of your left knee. Spine gets nice and tall, and then maybe you twist toward the left. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, bring your arms back up to center one more time, and then go ahead and release. We're going to come to hands and knees into a tabletop position. If you'd like cushioning under your knees, blankets are great, or you could just fold up whatever you're using as a mat. Give yourself that extra support under your knees. So your hips will be directly over your knees. Your toes can be tucked or untucked. And then make sure that your wrists are under your shoulders. Line up your index fingers with the long edge of the mat and then spread your fingers nice and wide. And we're going to move a little bit here. On an inhale, lower your belly, lift your chin and your tail. This is cow pose. Exhale, do the opposite. You're going to round your spine, tuck your chin and your tail for cat pose. Inhale, lower your belly, lift your chin and your tail for cow. Exhale, round your spine, tucking your chin and your tail for cat. One more time, inhale, lower to cow. Exhale, round to cat. Come back to a neutral spine here, and then take your right foot to the back of the mat. Keep your toes down. And then maybe shift forward and back or side to side. We're just stretching out the back of the right leg here. Come back to stillness. Lift that left foot off the mat, or right foot rather, and then take it outside your left foot. So you're stretching out the outer side of the right hip probably. Maybe you feel it somewhere else. And once again, feel free to rock forward, back, side to side. Just notice what you feel here. Come back to stillness if you're moving. And then mindfully bring that right foot back Set your knees under your right hip, and we'll do the other side. Send your left foot to the back of the mat. Feel free to pulse forward and back, side to side. Working into the back of the left leg here. Come back to stillness. Go ahead and lift that left foot off the mat, and then you're gonna take it outside your right leg. And once again, any movement here is welcome. Maybe notice how different this side is from the previous side. For me, it's a big difference. If you're moving, come back to stillness. Lift up your left foot. Go ahead and bring that left knee back under your hips. You're going to take your big toes together, knees out nice and wide, and then send your hips back toward your heels. And then you can extend your arms and bring your forehead to the mat. If that's far away or doesn't feel good, stack your hands or stack fists. Full deep breaths here. Come on up to your fingertips. So you're going to keep your hips where they're at. And you're going to take this right arm and bring it under the left. So you're going to reach over to the left. And then go ahead and bring your head back down. Mine doesn't come to the mat, but I can rest down on my shoulder, and that's okay. One more inhale. Exhale, come back to your child's pose. Up on your fingertips, and this time we'll send that left arm under the right. And then come on down to the left side of your face. Take one more inhale. Exhale back to center, so you're back in that child's pose. And then you're going to make your way back up to tabletop. So hips over knees, fingers spread nice and wide. Tuck your toes here. And then like we did in cow pose, lower your belly, lift your tailbone. Keep that, and then start to send your hips up and back. Knees can stay bent here. Heels never have to touch down on the mat. We're coming into downward dog. And if you'd like, you can drop one heel, keep the other lifted, and then switch it up. So pedaling out your legs here. Might feel nice to sway your hips side to side. Any movement that feels good right now, go ahead and make it. If you're moving, come back to stillness. Bring the outsides of your arms toward your body. So you're going to hug them in. You're going to send your chest toward your thighs. Bend your knees nice and deep. And then lift your hips way up high. You can stay right here. This is perfect. Or maybe you start to straighten your knees just a little bit. Maybe your heels press back. And then maybe down. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Open mouth side out. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Exhale, and then start to walk your feet up toward your hands. They don't have to get all the way there. They don't, you can walk your hands back. We're going to meet in a forward fold. So your knees will be bent. Hands can be toward the floor, or you can clasp opposite elbows here. Feel free to rock side to side. Shake your head no, nod it yes. Let anything that's on your mind right now drain out from the top of your head into the floor below. If you're moving, come back to stillness. Release your arms. Inhale, you're going to bring your palms to your shins, and with the flat back, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. We'll do that again. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. This time, sweep your arms out and up. Reach up. Hands to heart center. So we're going to combine what we just did to do half sun salutations, and we'll keep warming up the body. So make sure your feet are hip width apart. Hands at heart center. Take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale, press your palms together. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward. Inhale, come halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do one more round. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Sweep your arms out and up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Go ahead and release your arms and take a peek down at your feet. Lift up all of your toes and see if you can set them down one at a time. Bring your weight into the front of your feet. Bring your weight into the back of your feet. And come right back to center. Lean a little bit to your left. Lean a little bit to your right. Come right back to center. Go ahead and close your eyes here. And we're going to start to engage all the muscles in our body. With your eyes closed, feel that connection between your feet and your mat, whatever you're using as the mat. And then start to bring that energy upward. Engage your calf muscles. Engage your thigh muscles. Engage your glutes. Engage your core. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down, and reach your fingertips toward the earth. This is mountain pose, the blueprint for all the standing poses. Let this be nice and strong. Feel that strength in your body. Match with the ease and softness of your breath. Your heart is open. Your body's working hard. And yet everything inside is working nice and smooth. Your breath can be big and full. Take one more inhale. One more full exhale. And then go ahead and release. We're going to take our feet out wide. So if you're not facing the short edge or the long edge of your mat, go ahead and just step so that your feet are facing the long edge of the mat. General idea, if you were to break your wrist down, that's somewhere where you want your feet to be. You might adjust, but it gives you a good place to start. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale here. Exhale, lead with your sternum and fold forward. So your hands can come to the floor here, or if you've got a book or a water bottle and the floor is a little bit too far away, grab it. Inhale, you're going to come halfway up with a flat back. And then exhale, go ahead and fold as far as you would like. As always, head and neck are nice and loose. Take one more inhale and come halfway up with a flat back. Exhale, bend your knees, hands come to your hips and slowly come back up to standing. So turn your right foot so it faces the short edge of your mat, and then line up the heel of that right foot with the arch of your left. Once you've got that, bend into that right knee and make sure you can see your big toe. Extend your arms, really reach middle finger to middle finger, and then look over your right middle finger for warrior two. Let yourself feel strong and stable here. Drop your left arm. You're going to flip your right palm and reach up. Legs stay exactly the same. Notice what you feel on the right side body here. Bring your arms back parallel to the floor so you're back in that warrior two. And go ahead and drop your arms, straighten that front leg and turn your toes back in. So our toes are back parallel. Now we're going to do the opposite. So have your toes face opposite corners of the mat. Find your stability here. And then reach your arms up in opposite directions. So your heart is open. Close your eyes. Feel the strength here. This is star pose. If it feels good, you can open your chest up, taking this into a teeny tiny back bend. Let yourself be big and take up space. Too often we cram ourselves into small spaces. This is your opportunity to be big. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release. Parallel your feet, and this time left foot's going to face the short edge of your mat, and line up the heel of your left foot with the arch of your right. And then go ahead and bend into that left knee. Once again, make sure you can see your big toe. Reach your arms in opposite directions and gaze over that left middle finger for warrior two. This side might feel different than the other side. This might be your stronger side. It might be your more challenging side. Just notice that it's different. It's not good or bad. Drop that right arm, flip your left palm and reach up for reverse warrior. One more inhale here. Exhale back to your warrior two. Feel your strength. Go ahead and release your arms. Turn your left toes so that your feet are parallel again, and then heel toe your feet back underneath your hips. We'll pause here for a moment. Now we're going to do a little bit of a balance pose. So feet will be hip width. Reach your arms up. Clasp your hands. Index fingers will point upward. So then start to lean over to your right. Stay here. This is great. If you'd like, maybe you take that left foot off the mat. Maybe it comes out to the left. Stay here. Or maybe send that left foot behind your right and just set the big toe down. So like you're walking on a slack line. It's yoga. If you fall, that's normal. It's just a practice. Take one more inhale. Exhale, come back to center and release. Take a moment, shake out that standing leg. And we'll do the other side. Reach your arms up. Clasp your palms, index fingers point up. And then go ahead and lean over to your left. Stay here, this is perfect. If you want to go further, maybe that right foot lifts. Maybe it goes out to the right. Or maybe you can send it behind that left leg and just set your big toe down. Continue to breathe, whatever option you're at. Take one more inhale. Exhale back to center. Go ahead and release. We're going to come down to our seats again. So go ahead and just take a seat. And we're going to do a little bit of foot massage here. So if you have on socks, go ahead and take them off. You'll be able to put them right back on after we finish this. But what you would like to do is cross your left ankle on top of your right leg. Doesn't really matter where. What's important is that your hand has access. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take your fingers and you're going to weave them between your toes. It's going to feel weird. That's okay. Make sure you get a nice grip. And then you're going to squeeze your fingers into your toes. And now squeeze your toes into your fingers. And then we'll start to make circles with our ankles. So go one way. This is just like what we were doing with the hip circles, but now it's in the ankle joint. Switch directions. Come back to stillness. And then if you need to, tighten up the grip. Make sure it's nice and secure. And then you're going to squeeze your fingers with your toes and squeeze your toes with your fingers. Get a nice tight grip there. Be here for a couple more rounds of breath. Two more full breath cycles. And at the bottom of your last exhale, whenever that comes, go ahead and release. Take your fingers out from between your toes and then extend that leg. And just pause. Look at the difference between your left foot and your right foot. Or whatever foot you did and whatever one you didn't do yet. For me, I can see the difference. I've created a little bit more space. It's likely you feel the difference if you don't see it. And we'll do the other side. So this time, right ankle on top of left leg. And weave your right fingers, or your left fingers, between your right toes. Make sure you get a nice grip there. This is the hardest part of the pose, is just getting the grip right. And then squeeze your fingers into your toes. Squeeze your toes into your fingers. And then go ahead and start to make ankle circles here. And then circle the opposite direction. Come back to stillness, tidy up your grip. And then squeeze fingers to toes, toes to fingers. Few more rounds of breath. 2 more full breath cycles. And then go ahead and release your fingers from your toes. Let your leg grow long again and just pause, notice. Maybe notice if there's a difference side to side. Of course, wiggle your toes and your feet. We don't give them enough attention. So then from here, we're going to bring the soles of our feet together, knees out wide. If this is a lot on your knees, put something under them, blanket, pillows work, books work, anything you got that's flat will give you a little support. You can also take your feet out a bit from your body, or you can bring them in closer to your body, doesn't matter. Just make sure you have a solid foundation. Hands will come to your ankles or to your toes. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, start to lean forward. You don't have to go super far here. You can use your elbows to press into your thighs if you want a little bit more in terms of a deeper stretch, just an option. And then if you want to continue to pamper your feet a little bit, you can use your thumbs to rub the soles of your feet. You're here already. Couple more rounds of breath. And then slowly walk your hands back in, returning to your tall spine. Hands come behind your knees, and go ahead and bring your feet to the mat, knees up toward the sky. Wrap your arms around your knees and let your head rest. Give yourself a little hug here. We're going to come down to our backs. So just like we started class, take a moment, get yourself set up here. Let your spine be long, legs can be long or knees can be bent, whatever feels best. And then once you're down on your back, just pause. Notice how your breath feels. Notice how your body and your mind feel. Bend your knees and then walk your feet in so that your heels are close to your glutes. Don't have to be touching. You're going to roll your shoulders under your back. So your chest is going to lift here. It's going to puff up a bit. And then you're going to start to press the small of your back into the mat. You'll feel your hips lift, and then go ahead and continue to lift them. Hug your thighs toward one another. And this is bridge pose. The most important thing is to hug your thighs together or toward one another. They don't have to be touching. One more inhale. Exhale, lower down one vertebra at a time until your whole spine is down on the mat. We'll do that one more time. When you're ready, press into the small of your back, feel your hips lift, and then go ahead and continue to lift. Thighs hug toward one another. Nice deep breaths. And then lower down one vertebra at a time. Take your feet out as wide as your mat, maybe even wider. On an inhale, drop both your knees over to the right. On your next inhale, bring your knees back up to center. Exhale, both knees over to the left. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale over to the left. We'll do one more round. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right, left rather. Come back up to center. And then go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. And make any movement that's calling out to you right now, whether it's rocking side to side, maybe a little forward and back. We're going to set up for a short meditation just to round out our yoga practice today. And then when you feel all ready, go ahead and release all of your limbs down to the mat. Get nice and cozy. If you need a blanket, grab a blanket. If you like a pillow, have a pillow. Close your eyes and let your body be heavy here. No effort at all. And once again, notice what your breath is doing. Feel it in your belly and your rib cage. Notice how it feels entering and exiting your nose. So we're going to do what's called a body scan. And I'm going to name a body part. And I want you to just take your attention to that body part. You could repeat it to yourself if you'd like to. But you don't have to move that body part. You don't have to do anything. I just want you to notice it. Crown of your head. Forehead. Right eye. Left eye. Nose. Right cheek. Left cheek. Lips. Teeth. Right side of the jaw. Left side of the jaw. Throat. Right shoulder. Top of the right arm. Right elbow. Bottom of the right arm. The right hand. All of the fingers on your right hand. Left shoulder. Top of the left arm. Left elbow. Bottom of the left arm. Left hand. All the fingers on your left hand. Chest. Upper belly. Right waist. Left waist. Right hip. Left hip. lower belly. Right front of your thigh. Right knee. Right shin. Top of the right foot. All the toes on your right foot. Top of the left thigh. Left knee. Left calf. Top of the left foot. All the toes on your left foot. Bottom of your left foot. Calf of your left leg. The back of your left thigh. Bottom of the right foot. The right calf. Back of the right thigh. Lower back. Middle of your back. Right shoulder blade. Left shoulder blade. Back of the right shoulder. Back of the left shoulder. The whole upper back. Back of the neck. Back of the head. The crown of your head. Feel the whole front of your body. And feel the whole back of your body. Feel the whole of your body. The whole of your body. The whole of your body. Allow yourself to completely drift away here as we enter into Shavasana, our final resting pose. I'll be right here with you. And when it's time to come back to your body, I will guide you back. Until then, let yourself find ease and find rest.
Begin to deepen your breath. Bring movement back into your fingers and your toes. Maybe make small circles with your wrists and your ankles. And reach your arms up overhead. Take a full body stretch. Bend your knees and gently roll to your most comfortable side. And let your whole body rest. Keeping your eyes closed, gently press yourself back up into a seated position. And let your head and your neck be the last things at the top of your spine. When you've arrived, bring your right hand on top of your heart and your left hand on top of your right, pausing in this gesture of compassion to honor your efforts and to digest the effects of the practice. When you're ready, bring your palms to touch in front of your heart. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice today. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Hope you feel good. And I will see you all next week. Same time, same place. Have a great week.